Oh, hi!
You're cute, bitch!
Yo, thanks! Mamba, thank you for the daily coin tribute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That will be going to the Dragon Horde. You will not be getting that back. Hello, everybody. Hello. Dragon is back, guys. Dragon's back. Dragon is back. Guys, honestly, I kind of needed a few days just away from stream. I haven't really taken a break. In a while. Like, we took us, I guess we took like a day or so off after, we took like a day or so off after Donathon. We took like a day or two off after Donathon, but we never we didn't really have like a full break. I took the past few days off, partially because I haven't been feeling super well since last week. I've been a little sick. I've been a little sick since last Friday. And that was part of it. But the other part was I really needed to clean, guys. I was cleaning little bits and pieces from time to time. My room has been filled with boxes. I have essentially been also Mamba, I thought you were the changed username of Orange Mamba. You're Blue Mamba. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, no, but my room has been filled with boxes because I've essentially lived my life in boxes. I just kept everything in my, I just kept everything in boxes because I was... Your other account. Oh. Okay, Atlas sent me this song, and this is kind of a vibe. But yeah, I basically lived my life in boxes, and also just had boxes from things that I had shipped to me. And, my room was just filled with them, and then, some stuff got a little bit away from me due to, depresso espresso moments. So I just spent the last few days, relaxing, cleaning a little. I got a bookshelf. Guys, I bought a bookshelf. Oh, is your phone, dead? That's fair. That's fair, Mamba. But yeah, I bought a bookshelf, chat. I bought a bookshelf, alright? Hold on. I did some crazy shit for me. I bought a bookshelf, alright? And I put together this bookshelf on my own. I put this bookshelf together on my own. Oh no, not the pool. No, that sucks, dude. I put together a bookshelf all on my own. And so now my bookshelf, it's in the background, which obviously you guys can't see because, I don't use a webcam. I'm a VTuber. But I got all my VTuber merch on it. The top 3 shelves on it are, okay, it's a 6 shelf bookshelf, okay? First of all, let me tell you, putting that together sucks. Putting this bookshelf together sucks. Because I had to... So, the way they put this bookshelf together was, you assemble the top half first. Okay? And if that tells you anything, it was in halves. Also, I really like this song. Atlas kind of knows my vibes with music, man. He's kind of clocked me on, what kind of music I vibe with. But if you know the bookshelf being put together in halves tells you anything. Also, hi Atlas. I don't know if I said hi, but you are right. It was a dragon fort. It was a dragon fort. That's Atlas, guys. That's the Atlas. The man who yesterday asked me if I wanted to play games. And I said, "Do you want to play? Do you have Marvel Rivals installed?" And he acted like I ended the world. I'm not half a bookshelf tall. But you put together half of the bookshelf. You put together the top half of the bookshelf. And then you have to put together the bottom half. And then the worst part is you have to lift the top half of the bookshelf and get it placed on top of the bottom half. So that sucked. That sucked a bit. I'm not gonna lie to you. That kind of sucked. But I got it. I got it done. I put my Mori Calliope and Area 11 vinyls on top of it, like on the top of the shelf, not the top shelf, but the top of the shelf. And then like the first 3 shelves are all VTuber merch. All VTuber merch that I bought. And then the bottom 3 shelves are all like physical video game things I have. Speaking of which, I found my copy of Batman Arkham Knight. Alright? I found my copy of Batman Arkham Knight, and I put it into my PS5 to install. Guys, take a guess how many hours I apparently had in Arkham Knight on the PS4 in the year 2015 into 2016. Go ahead, chat. Take a guess. Good morning, Green. 5 hours? Okay. 3.5 hours? Okay. Alright, those are your guys' guesses. Would anyone else like to guess how many hours I had in Batman Arkham Knight? And I will say, the last time I played this game was like 2016. It was when they released like the last DLC. Arkham Knight DLC. Hold on. Let's figure out when the last DLC was. The last DLC came out in 2016. Oh. Never mind. I guess it was 2023. Didn't play that. I guess they added the Batman to the game. Didn't know that. $167. Okay. First of all, Windsor, thank you for the daily coin tribute. Secondly, Windsor's the closest. From summer 2015 to about like probably January or February 2016, I had 196 hours in Batman Arkham Knight. And I checked, chat. I didn't play New Game Plus. That was all for a regular-ass playthrough. That was all for a regular-ass playthrough of Batman Arkham Knight. That was the Batman Arkham Knight playthrough. That was doing all like all the Riddler stuff. That was doing all like the challenge maps, everything. But I put 196 hours in probably like a 6 to 9 month period. It's probably like 6 to 9 months. don't know how I did that, but I did that. But it's kind of good that I didn't do a New Game Plus playthrough. Do you want to know why? Because now this means when we play Arkham Knight, chat, I can just do a New Game Plus playthrough, and I don't have to find all the Riddler trophies. We can just beat the Riddler. You guys can't, like... I'll probably make because we're gonna play Arkham Knight around like November or December. Probably in like whichever one I decide to, I'll probably make like a sub goal in either October or November, and just be like, listen guys, if we hit this sub goal, I'll play a new playthrough. I'll play a completely new playthrough, and we'll go through and get every single Riddler trophy. That'll probably be like, I'll probably do a sub goal for that. Just because otherwise, I'll be honest with you. There's so many fucking Riddler trophies in that game. I did pay attention to DC Animated Week. We also talked about it a bit in the, but the useless racing maps, yeah, we'd have... Listen, if we had to go for everything, we'd have to do the racing maps. I did pay attention to DC animation stuff this week, and we even yapped about it a bit in the Discord. !Discord, by the way. Oh, I haven't even updated my throne command. Hold on. Guys, I haven't even updated my throne command, or not throne command, my new video command for the lore video that came out this week. But !Discord chat if you guys want to join the Discord. Hold on, updating the other command. All right, there we go. But yeah, we yapped about it a bit in the Discord this week, chat. There's some interesting things. That's part of what today's plan is, chat. If you guys didn't know, there was a lot of DC animated news this week. There's a lot of DC animated news this week, including the announcement of an Absolute Batman animated show, which I'm really excited about. I love Absolute Batman. I read through that run for the lore video we did. Incredible series. Also found out this morning, by the way, so there's going to be a Starfire animated show. There's a Starfire animated show. And I found out this morning that Puffy Amiyumi will be composing the theme song for Starfire. Which, if you don't know who Puffy Amiyumi are, they did the Teen Titans theme song, which would be really cool. I know they showed off My Adventures with Green Lantern more, which I'm really excited about. I'm really excited about anime Green Lantern. I don't think you guys understand that anime Green Lantern with Jessica Cruz and Kyle Rayner is gonna go so fucking crazy. The way I like to the way I like to describe it, based off of what I've seen so far of My Adventures with Green Lantern, is that My Adventures with Superman is kind of like Dragon Ball Z, and My Adventures with Green Lantern is gonna be like Sailor Moon. Superman is like a shonen anime, and then like Green Lantern looks to be like a magical girl anime, and I'm here for that. I think they also announced I think they announced a Mr. Miracle show that's gonna have Darkseid in it, and the Darkseid actor from the animated show is gonna portray Darkseid in the live action stuff as well. Because that's something that DC's been doing, right? Like, some of the animated shows are like canon to their like movie universe. So like Creature Commandos, I'm pretty sure they announced Creature Commandos season 2 as well. So like Creature Commandos is canon to the DCU. Every Green Lantern's gonna be referenced in the show except probably Simon Baz. Yeah, I was talking with Jet about Simon. I don't remember. I think we were playing The Crew, like, the other day, and I was telling them about, like, this is probably, like, a week ago when I say the other day, and I was telling them about My Adventures with Green Lantern, because I've been really excited for that, and I'm pretty sure they like My Adventures with Superman. Yeah, we were talking about it, because they want to catch up on it, and like, we were talking about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, and I'm really excited for My Adventures with Green Lantern, and like, I was telling them about, like, Jessica Cruz, and like how, and then I was talking about how DC really only does stuff with Jessica Cruz now. They do nothing with Simon Baz at all. Like, they do absolutely zero anything with Simon Baz at all. It, like, they've basically forgotten that character exists. At this point, DC kind of consider, like, from what I've been able to tell, getting back into DC kind of considers the only lanterns, let me double check this, because I think there's another one. I think there's another one. Yes, they made a new Green Lantern named Sojourner, I believe. I don't know a lot about her, but she seems cool. She seems really cool. But it seems like Sojourner and Sojourner, Jessica, Kyle, Hal, John, and Guy are the only Earth Lanterns they give a fuck about. Like, Simon and Alan Scott have kind of gone to the wayside. And I mean, Alan Scott was already off in the wayside. Nobody really cares that much about Alan Scott. Nobody has really cared about Alan Scott for a long time. But Simon has basically just gotten, like, thrown away. And to be fair, Jessica Cruz was always, like, the better of the two characters in their, like, in their, like, debut. Like, everybody's always preferred Jessica. She's always been the more interesting character. She's always had, like, the more interesting, like, concept to her. So, I like them. I like Jessica. I don't really know a lot about Simon, but there's not really a lot to be known about Simon. I really do wish DC would stop, like... I really... Simon was always just kind of boring. Yeah, exactly. I really do wish DC would stop releasing more Earth Green Lanterns. Like, we have enough Green Lanterns. I really wish they would stop. Like, I was completely happy when it was just... Like... listen, getting a woman Earth Lantern was kind of needed. Like, the Green Lanterns we had, obviously, were Hal, John, Kyle, and Guy. Jessica, fine. I love Jessica Cruz, okay? Sure, it was nice to get a woman as, like, a Green Lantern from Earth. We don't need more. There's so many Earth Green Lanterns. We don't need so many. There are other Lantern Corps that they could be part of. There's other Lantern Corps that they could be part of. And I think it leads to interesting stories. I think it leads to interesting stories. Make an Earth Red Lantern. Make an Earth Red Lantern that like their story arc is breaking free from Atrocitus's control. Make an Earth Blue Lantern. There's so many lanterns. The only one you can't really do is orange. Like, you can't really make an orange lantern because there can only be one orange lantern. Well, it's not that there can't be only one orange lantern, but Larfleeze is not going to give out a ring. Give us some stories about alien lanterns? I think they'd be good, like, little mini-series. But I think if DC's looking for, like, a new mainline lantern, like, story and character, and, like, having a new mainline, like, lantern comic, like, I think that having an Earth character be part of a different corps is good. You could have a blue lantern. You could have a red lantern. You could have a yellow lantern. You could have an indigo lantern. The only human they've ever, like had join a different corps is Carol. With the Star Sapphires. That's it. Unless we count, like, Darkest Night, like, all that stuff. Like, when they, like, when characters were, like, you know, when characters, like, temporarily joined. When characters temporarily joined, I guess if we count that, sure, but if we count that, sure. If I'm honest with you about the animated news from this weekend, chat, the things that interest me the most are I think the things that interest me the most about upcoming DC animated stuff is the first is obviously the Absolute Batman animated show. I mean, it's a CG animated show. The writer of the comic is showrunner. So Scott Snyder is showrunner, and I love the Absolute universe. Wouldn't mind getting the actual backstory of Larfleeze instead of the lies he tells. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I haven't read Lantern stuff in a very long time. I think Lanterns were kind of hit the hardest by the New 52. I think the Lanterns were kind of hit the hardest by the New 52. It was either the Lanterns or the Speedsters. It was either the Lanterns or the Speedsters. They were kind of hit the hardest by the New 52, and I haven't really like kept up with Lantern stuff since the New 52 started. Finish reading the story of the Lantern trying to save Krypton and failing. Yeah, that's fair. I would just like more interesting Lantern stories, and maybe they have been. Hey, maybe they have been. I have not been reading. Listen, in the New 52, I basically only read Batman, Flash, and Nightwing stuff. I think I also read Red Hood. I also read Red Hood and the Outlaws. It's not a great series by any means. It's not a great series by any means, but Jason Todd is like one of my favorite DC characters of all time. If not my favorite, it's really hard. It depends on the day. It's between Jason and Wally West. But I would basically only read those New 52 runs. I hated the New 52. I had no interest in the New 52. So I have not read Lantern stuff in a very long time. Now, the other things I'm interested about from the DC animated stuff that they talked about, chat, so there's a Joker animated cartoon coming where Batman gets murdered. Somebody murders Batman, and Joker starts trying to hunt down who killed Batman. And apparently the premise is, as Joker starts doing this, he starts becoming more and more of a vigilante rather than a villain, and Joker has to confront who he is without Batman. And I think that's a really interesting concept. I am not totally against Joker stories, like a lot of people are. I know a lot of people hate how much focus the Joker gets and are tired of Joker stories. I am not tired of Joker stories. I just wish to have interesting Joker stories, and this sounds like a really interesting Joker story. This genuinely sounds like a really interesting Joker story. Like, the fact that, like, Joker has to confront who he is without having Batman.
Stinky.
What the hell? Nuka, thank you for the 27 months. Holy, thank you. Welcome, Nuka. Welcome. You can rest now, Mr. Stark. Your hell is over. Your era of having to open and close is over, Nuka. You can rest now, Mr. Stark. Yeah, but you don't have to close. That's the thing. Yeah, maybe you had to go to work, but you don't have to close. You don't have to close. That's the good thing. Oh, well, hey. Dude, every time, Nuka, every time you're like, yeah, I have to do it until this day, then it's like, JK, I have to do it till this day. I gotta do it till this day now? JK, one more day. That's rough, little guy. Chat, if you have our emotes, give Nuka some head pats. That man needs head pats. That man needs head pats. I don't know how he's alive. But yeah, I'm interested in the Joker animated show that DC announced. I think I think a show where Joker becomes more of a vigilante and has to confront who is he without Batman is interesting. There's a new Crypto animated show. I think the whole premise is Crypto is like... I think the whole premise is Crypto, like, hangs out with criminals for a while. I don't know. It sounds like just a fun, silly time. I'm here for more fun, silly times, but the big thing for me, chat, was absolute Batman. The big thing for me was absolute Batman. I'm super excited for that. So I wanted to talk about absolute Batman with you guys today because I wanted to talk like who we want to cast in that like animated series, right? Who's your dream cast for absolute Batman? All right, we're doing a little fan cast thing. And also, this video will probably end up at, like, cut down and edited down into a YouTube video. So, like, feel free to say hi, YouTube. How far do you think they'll go into the story? I think season 1 will be the zoo arc, the zoo saga. I think it'll be from, like... I think it'll be from the start of Absolute Batman up until the defeat of Two-Face. Or not Two-Face, Black Mask. I think it'll be from the start of Absolute Batman up until the like defeat of Black Mask. Nuka, you better be nice. You better be nice. I will shoot you. That's your one warning. Be nice to YouTube. Because we also have YouTube chat here today. Fricked. Okay. Okay. All right. Nuka of YouTube. I will shoot you too. I'll shoot both timeline Nukas. Don't test me. I'll do it. I'll do it. You will be shot. And I promise you it'll happen this time, because I'm the only one here with a gun. Twitch, if you're watching, it's metaphorical. It's not a real one. It's not a real one. It's a metaphorical. You have YouTube Premium and you had Double Fay. Oh yeah, that's such a that's such a problem. Oh. 2 dragons talking in your ear. Wow, such a problem. Wee. Exactly. Dan Clancy himself gave me this gun. Dan Clancy gave me this gun. What are you looking at, Nuka, huh? You think I won't do it? Do you think I won't shoot you? Okay. Alright. Alright, look to your elders. Look to your elders, chat. Look to your elders. Would anybody else like to be shot? Huh? Huh? Anybody else got anything else? Does anybody else have something they want to say? Dan Clancy's Rainbow Twitch Siege? Nice. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to say, huh, chat? Nuka? Okay, there you go. Buddy, what did you think was gonna happen? What did you think was gonna happen? Greed, I'll shoot you next. Don't test me. Atlas? You know what, Atlas? I'll let you live. I'll let you live. Remember that. Remember that I was kind. Remember that I was kind. Remember that I was kind, Atlas. Yo, what's up, Frosted? But yeah, I think animated Absolute Batman will go from the start of Absolute Batman all the way up to the defeat of Black Mask. I think that
I have the power of donos, frick you.
Nuka! That's crazy. That's crazy that you're getting around it with that. But also, Nuka, thank you for the $10. Thank you. What the hell? But that's crazy that you're gonna get around being, well, you showed back up. Well, that was your mistake. You showed back up. Nuka, I want you to know, this shot is just for the funny. Because I timed you out for 6 seconds last time, so now I'm gonna time you out for 7 seconds. Now I'm gonna time you out for 7 seconds. Now I'm gonna time you out for 7 seconds. So you got timed out for 6, 7. Boo, bad joke. Okay. Look to your elders, chat. Look to your elders. Look to your elders.
Wait.
What? What was that? What the fuck was that? Hold on. I'm going to Tangia. I have a feeling that's where I need to be. Also, yeah, Frosted, you're right. Scott Snyder is absolutely getting everything he wants from DC. He's getting... You've got bits, too? Okay, dude, I swear to God, Tangia keeps... Thank you, Nuka. Thank you for the 50 bits. I say this not because of you, but because Tangia pisses me off. I turn these off all the time. And they always add new ones. They always add new ones, and it pisses me off. Go. There we go. All right, I think they're all clear now again. Nuka has his ways. Nuka does have his ways. Yeah. I don't know. Tangia is like there's just so many I don't want to go through them all. There's just so many I don't want to go through them all and like adjust pricing to be like TTS Monster. I'll be honest with you, I just don't want to. It's such a pain in my ass. And yeah, Scott Snyder is absolutely getting everything he fucking wants from DC. That man has really like pushed them into like a modern era. And like Absolute has been popping off so hard. He's just gonna get anything he wants. I mean, the fact that, like, he's the showrunner of the fucking cartoon. Best Snyder in comics? What other Snyder is there? Are we talking Zack Snyder? Are we talking Zack Snyder? Because, God. Guys, I have a pitch for you guys. Guys, I have a pitch for a movie. We're gonna make a sequel to Superman. And Batman is gonna be really, really mad at Superman. But this Batman doesn't play around. This Batman kills. Why does this Batman kill? His Robin died. But actually, the Robin that died is not Jason Todd. It was actually Dick Grayson. And so Batman started shooting people and killing people because Dick Grayson was murdered. And so now he wants to kill Superman. And we're gonna have like a really big climactic fight. And it's gonna end where Batman is about to kill Superman. And Superman's gonna say save Martha, and then Batman, because they both have the same mother's name, Batman's gonna be like, why did you say that name? Listen, I like some movies from the DCEU. I will be straight up honest with you and say that I don't hate everything that came out of the DCEU. I absolutely don't like anything that Zack Snyder made. The best thing he made was his version of Justice League. But why does Justice League need to be 4 hours long? Why does Justice League need to be 4 hours long, dude? I don't... The brutal Batman? Yeah, listen, man, I don't know. Listen. Okay, I don't know what they were doing. Well, because we also then got Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The fact that the very first Flash movie was Flashpoint is dumb enough as it is, but having Flash make Flashpoint and then the Batman be Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne, it was so stupid. It was fully just to play off of, like, nostalgia that people had for 1989 Batman. But just the DCEU was cooked, man. The DCEU was cooked from the minute that, like... From the minute that they kicked off they kicked Zack Snyder off and then just gave it over to, they gave it over to Joss Whedon, and then, like, he gave it up, and then they didn't really have someone in charge of it, and then fucking, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, like, they never had a Kevin Feige. Like, I'll be honest with you, MCU was hard carried early years because of Kevin Feige. Now, I don't know what's been going on recently. It's been getting good again. I'll be real with you. It's been getting good again. The MCU has been getting good again. I'm tentatively excited for Spider-Man, right? But DC never had a Kevin Feige. It was all over the place. And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson tried to, like, hostile takeover. He tried to hostile takeover the like DC, like, movie stuff. So, but yeah, I fear Doomsday is gonna be a mess. I also fear that Doomsday will be a mess, but I'm hoping that it's not. I still don't like that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doctor Doom. I still hate that. I still wish they would have got a completely new actor for Doctor Doom. Because why is Doctor Doom a variant of Tony Stark? Not a clue. Not a singular clue. To be fair, I'm really curious. I'm extremely curious at how much... That only makes sense if the fan theory is real. What's the fan theory? Yeah, Dwayne, let me play a Captain Marvel villain and never fight Captain Marvel. Well, yeah, because he also has a contract where he can't lose at all, ever. Was it confirmed that he's a variant of Tony? No, I'm just saying that because he's played by Robert Downey Jr. But what's the fan theory? I don't know, man. I'm curious how much was screwed over by, I'm curious how much of their, like, multiverse saga was screwed over by the Kang actor. I'm really curious how much of their multiverse saga was, like, screwed over by the Kang actor. Because they seemed really, like, all in on Kang as the villain. And then suddenly that's gone. Was that MCU Iron Man was supposed to be Doom, but things played out for him to be Iron Man? Didn't happen to this Tony? I would still hate that. I would still hate that. Dr. Doom, like, I'm not here for the idea of, like, Tony having, like, life shifts and he either becomes Dr. Doom or Iron Man. Especially because DC, or not DC, Marvel's very into making the comics MCU light. And I worry that they'd want to try and do that. That's the issue with multiverse. I think that multiverse stuff is very fun, but if you start doing things like this, then it becomes not fun. No, that's Magneto. That's Magneto. They also need to get the Magneto casting right. I'm just gonna say it. Like, when they get to X-Men, they have to perfect the casting for Charles Xavier and Magneto. Because I'll be real with you, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are, you can't cast them. X-Men's in so much trouble? Why is X-Men in trouble? Wait, why is X-Men in trouble? What's going on with X-Men? Oh. I don't think it's that hard to nail the casting. I hope the rumors that Sadie Sink is as Jean Grey isn't true. I would really prefer another casting choice for Jean Grey than her. I would really prefer somebody else. Then you know, Sadie Sink is Jean Grey, but I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm so checked out of the MCU. The last MCU thing I watched was Spider-Man No Way Home. The last MCU thing I watched was Spider-Man No Way Home. And everything I've seen of the MCU since has been awful. So, we'll see. We'll see. The one in Spider-Man? Yeah, she's apparently, like, there's rumors that she's, like, playing Jean Grey in Spider-Man. I'm only keeping with Spider-Man and Deadpool at this point. I haven't dude, I've seen clips of Deadpool. Who do I think? Okay, we're on to the fan casting. Alright, chat. Lock in! We're on absolute Batman fan casting time now, alright? Let's talk. Alright, let's talk. Alright, now let me spit here. Let me spit some ball on who I would want to play absolute Batman. On who I would want to play Bruce Wayne and Batman in the absolute Batman cartoon. Now, sorry, I had to drink some water, chat. Now, Jason Statham, I have a hot take. I have a hot take about Jason Statham with the absolute universe. So, okay. Frosted's pick is Alex Lee. I personally would like to see Roger Craig Smith voice Absolute Batman. I have two picks, if I'm honest with you. My preferred choice would be Roger Craig Smith. I think he can play absolute Batman. I think he can play that version of Batman extremely well. I think he could do that. And I also think that Roger Craig Smith would be a really good pick for absolute Bruce Wayne as well. I think he could voice those characters extremely well. Now, if you want to go with someone who has never voiced Batman before, I was thinking about this last night. And I actually agree that Alex Lee would kind of be a goated choice for absolute Batman. I would not be upset if it was Alex Lee instead of Roger Craig Smith. But I think it has to be, if you're going to pick if you're going to have somebody who's already played Batman, he's your pick just because Absolute Bruce is so young. See, that is why Roger Craig Smith is on my list of yeah, I would want him to be Batman. Is because Roger Craig Smith has played a young Batman before. Roger Craig Smith and Batman Arkham Origins was so fucking good. Jensen Ackles is interesting. I think Jensen Ackles can play a really good regular Batman. I don't know about absolute Batman. I feel like Jensen Ackles' voice just doesn't suit. If I'm okay, I'll just say it. I'm just gonna be straight up. If Jensen, in my head, if Jensen Ackles plays absolute Batman, it's just gonna end up sounding like Dean from Supernatural by the end. I think that if Jensen Ackles plays Batman in Absolute Batman, it's just gonna end up being it's just gonna end up sounding like Dean from Supernatural. I really like Jensen Ackles as Batman. I thought him in those animated movies was good, but I think he fits for regular Batman really well. But with how Absolute Batman is as a character, I think he'll just end up sounding like Dean. But it's not a terrible pick. I prefer him as Red Hood. Yeah. I mean, I will always just prefer him as he might sound too much like Red Hood. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's the issue. I think he would play. I think he's just the goated voice for Jason Todd, like older Jason Todd, Andy Serkis for Alfred. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think Andy Serkis would be good. I was thinking of Alfred. All right, for me, my fan casting choice. All right, I'm just gonna we'll wrap up for Bruce here. For me, my fan casting choice for Bruce Wayne, personally, is Roger Craig Smith or Alex Lee. I think that both of them would play a young Bruce Wayne extremely well, but also a younger, angry Batman. Alex Lee is an amazing VA. I think that the work he's done with Marvel Rivals as Daredevil and just all the other things he's in is good, and I think he would kill it as absolute Batman. But for me personally, I would prefer Roger Craig Smith, because I think his voice would fit the character a bit more. I imagine Absolute Batman being a lot like the Arkham Origins Batman. You know, he's younger, he's angrier, he's more brutal, and I think that Roger Craig Smith could play that character really well. So for me, I'm picking Roger Craig Smith. That's my fan cast for Absolute Batman. Alfred, though, Andy Serkis is up there. I don't really know who I'd pick. Because I was thinking of Andy Serkis. Alright? Because here's the thing. They're gonna pick someone famous. There is gonna be, like, a really, like, high-profile actor in Absolute Batman. Alright? And I don't want Batman to be voiced by the high-profile actor. I do not want Batman to be voiced by the high-profile actor. I want that to be either, like, I want that to be a voice actor. I want that to be Roger Craig Smith or Alex Lee. I think they would do incredible. I think they would do incredible work. But if you're gonna but there's gonna be an actor, and I think Alfred is the right choice to have, like, the high-profile actor. I think Andy Serkis is a good shout. I don't know his name, but he's the guy who played James Bond in the most recent James Bond movies. It's the guy who played James Bond in the most recent James Bond movies. Daniel Craig? Yeah. Yeah. Meme pick the Deku English VA for Batman. I think Justin Briner could play a good, I think he could play a good Dick Grayson. I have a hot take, and I think he could play a good Dick Grayson. But I don't know who I'd pick for Absolute Alfred. Andy Serkis and Daniel Craig are both, like, insanely good at what they do. Dude, I don't know. Because, like, Alfred isn't just serious, he's also silly, but they both can play Justin Briner hits a plus ultra before Bane beats Bruce senseless? That's crazy. I think they both can play both serious and silly really well. I mean, Andy Serkis, dude, Andy Serkis is, like, acting credits is crazy. But I don't... Dude, I don't know who I'd pick. I think both are really good. It's a tough tie. I don't know if I'd really have, like, one go-to pick between Andy Serkis and Daniel Craig. I think both are fantastic options, so I'm just going to put them both there. And you know what? We'll let it rock. Alistair Duncan from The Batman 2004? What? Alistair Duncan? Okay, hold on. Going and looking. Oh, it's the voice actor for Alfred. Oh. Thinking of the Batman's voice actor. For Alfred. I don't know if I'd pick him. I don't think he fits absolute Batman, Alfred. Like, the Absolute Universe, the characters are very different to their main counterparts. I think he plays a great regular Alfred. But I don't know. Man. I don't know about, like, Absolute Alfred. Side note, love that show. I do love the 2004 Batman show. It's such a weird, unique take on Batman and his rogues gallery, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's such a weird take on the rogues gallery and Batman's characters, but I like it a lot. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna settle and say that, like, I'm kind of tied between Andy Serkis and Daniel Craig, so I'm just gonna leave them. I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm trying to think who our next character that we talk about should be. I guess we could talk about the Crime Alley kids. I guess we could talk the Crime Alley kids. Let's start with Waylon. Actually, you know what? No, you're right. Let's go with Joker. Let's go with Joker. You're right. We should go with Joker. Oh, dude. Oh. I don't know, because he's not, like, as deranged. He's not deranged in this universe, right? Like, okay. I have a hot take. I have a hot take. I have a hot take. Chat, I've got a hot take. He is a man who is normally very Matt Smith and David Tennant to point someone. I don't know who they'd voice. Okay. Alright, chat, I have my hot take. I have my hot take. The Joker, when he's Jack Grimm, he's extremely, like, calm. He's, you know, he's extremely calm. He's, you know, he's not, he's putting on the front. He's a big, like, rich businessman. Like, he's not the deranged clown that he is in the main universe. But then he becomes, like, a monstrous form. And then kind of goes a little deranged. And I have a hot take, chat. I think somebody that has played in Batman media before would make a really good absolute Joker. I have a hot take that someone who's played in Batman media before would make a really good absolute Joker, and it's not someone who's played the Joker. Okay, well, there is someone I think that could do it, that has played the Joker, but I think that Christian Bale could be a really good absolute Joker. Now, do I think they can get Christian Bale? Absolutely not. Has Christian Bale even done anything animated? I don't think he has. Okay, he was Batman in the Batman Begins video game. That doesn't count. Okay, no, he was in The Boy and the Heron. John DiMaggio, as if it's someone who's played Joker. I don't know. See, I think he could. I think he just sounds too. Okay. I don't think John DiMaggio would be bad, but I also think he sounds like a little too intimidating for Jack Grimm. I think he just sounds a little too intimidating for Jack Grimm. if I was to pick a previous, like, Joker actor, I think I would pick Troy Baker. And, like, I know, Troy Baker, Troy Baker's in everything, blah, blah, blah. But he can play subdued and reserved really well. I believe that he could absolutely play, like, Jack Grimm persona extremely well. But then also become absolutely fucking deranged when becoming the Joker. So I think Troy Baker, if I was to pick someone who's already played Joker, it would be Troy Baker. But my personal belief is that Christian Bale would be an extremely good absolute Joker. I don't think they would get Christian Bale, but I think Christian Bale would be a really good absolute Joker. Do I think a past Batman would be a good choice? I hate the argument of, oh, these people are in a lot already. Yeah, they're good at their job. That's why they're in a lot. But also, it's not really like that in the voice acting industry now. Like, you see a lot more people getting voice roles. I do think a past Batman would be a good choice. I think that they could play Jack Grimm's persona really well, especially if they are especially if they can play someone deranged. I don't really think that the Young Justice Batman or the old DC New 52 animated movie Batman, I don't think those voice actors could pull off Jack Grimm and the Joker. I mean, unfortunately, I know someone who I think would have a blast playing the Joker, and I think could have done a really good job at it. They might have just sounded a little too old, but it would have been the late and great Kevin Conroy. I think he could have done an awesome version of Absolute Joker. R.I.P. to the GOAT? Yeah, R.I.P. the GOAT. That's my Batman, chat. That's my Batman. But yeah, I think for me with the picks that we have, I would say I'd really like to see Christian Bale play the character, but I would also really like to see Troy Baker play the character. So I guess they're both going on there. I guess we're gonna have two for every character so far. We have Roger Craig Smith and Kevin. Not Kevin. Why was I gonna say Kevin Lee? Alex Lee. We have Roger Craig Smith and I almost did it again. And Alex Lee. Where's the name Kevin coming from? Conroy. Kevin Conroy. That's why. For Batman. Roger Craig Smith and Alex Lee for Batman. Andy Serkis and Daniel Craig for Alfred. And then for me, Christian Bale or Troy Baker for Absolute Joker. I think that they would be really good. Chat, dude, Absolute Penguin is interesting. Absolute Penguin is interesting. Spoilers for Absolute, by the way. Or small spoilers. But after Oz becomes the Penguin, I feel like pre-Penguin Oz and Penguin Oz, I'd have two different voice actors in mind for, right? Because when he becomes the Penguin, I think Nolan North, like the Arkham Penguin, would be a really good voice for him. pre-Penguin Oz, I think I would have a different pick for. I think pre-Penguin Oz, I'd sit there and be like, you know what? I think David Tennant could play a very good pre-Penguin Oz. Let's try not to spoil too much, chat. Let's try not to talk too many spoilers for Absolute Batman. Oh. Why did that pin? Why did I pin that? How did I pin that? Oh. I think I accidentally clicked. Why is there just like a button to pin and they don't give you a confirmation? That's funny. Well, hey, what can you do? See, David Tennant, I think, would play a really good, like, pre-Penguin Oz. But, like, when it comes to, like, after he becomes the Penguin, I think after he becomes the Penguin, I would sit here and go... yeah, I'd want Nolan North. That's tough. Because I don't know if David Tennant could pull off, when he becomes the Penguin. I don't know if he could pull that voice off, because that voice has to change. So I'm just going to say David Tennant or Nolan North. That's my picks for Absolute Penguin. Personally, I believe David Tennant would play an amazing pre-Penguin Oz, and I think that Nolan North would play an amazing post-Penguin Oz. Two-Face. Let's talk Absolute Two-Face. Let's talk Harvey. Let's talk Harvey. I don't know who I'd want to play Harvey Dent. I don't know who I'd want to... I know that, like, a lot of people enjoy Troy Baker as Harvey Dent. I just don't think I don't think Troy Baker fits. I don't think Troy Baker fits for Absolute Two-Face. I don't think Troy Baker fits Absolute Two-Face. I think main Two-Face, yes, he does. But Absolute Two-Face, I don't think he does. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I mean, I really like the voice of Two-Face and Harvey Dent in Batman: The Long Halloween. Matt Mercer actually might be the play. Oh, I am thinking about it. Yeah, I think I might say I think that's just it. I think Matt Mercer as Two-Face is kind of a goated choice. Yeah, all right. No, I'm all in on that. I'm just gonna say it. Ooh, actually, okay. Hear me out, chat. If we're on the Critical Role line of thinking, Travis Willingham has played Two-Face before, and he was really good at it. Ooh. I think dude, I also really like if the animated series if the animated series voice actor for Two-Face was still alive, I would say he'd be a really good choice. I really like the way that he differentiated like Two-Face and Harvey, and I think his Harvey voice was really good. But unfortunately, he passed away back in 2003, or not 2003, 2023. Yeah, dude, honestly, between Travis Willingham and Matt Mercer, I think those are my two like top picks for absolute Two-Face. And I think that I would go for Matt Mercer. That's exactly the line that I think about. That's exactly the line that I think about when I think about like Two-Face's voice, is the way that Harvey said good old Bruce in that one like moment from animated series. But I think that my pick for absolute Two-Face is Matt Mercer. I mean Matt Mercer is like the GOAT, right? Like, again, we go back to the argument, the really dumb argument of, oh, this person's in everything. Why is this person in everything? And the answer is because they're fucking good at what they do. Like, they are damn good at their job. And Matt Mercer is one of the best voice actors in the fucking industry. So yeah, I would say Matt Mercer is my pick for absolute Two-Face. Which leads us to absolute Riddler. And I did see a take from Atlas that kind of would work. I think would kind of work. Which is Brennan Lee Mulligan. Now, the issue is I don't think Brennan Lee Mulligan has many voice roles. The issue is there's not a lot to base, there's not a lot to base, Brennan Lee Mulligan's like voice acting against, right? Like obviously he does a lot of stuff for Dimension 20, and he's been DMing the DMing for Critical Role. But those are very different things. Like, and when it comes to like voice roles, I'm pretty sure his biggest like thing is potentially only thing is date everything. So I don't know, man. He's got the deranged trivia lover energy. Well, the thing is that like absolute Riddler's not that deranged. Like, absolute Riddler's not that like deranged. He's a little more unhinged after he becomes Riddler. But I don't think absolute Riddler is that deranged or that unhinged. I think he's I don't know, man. I think Brennan Lee Mulligan isn't a bad choice, but I think there's better for absolute Riddler. I think he'd make a really good regular Riddler. Yeah, we haven't seen much of like the Gotham, like the crime alley like kids, like in general. But what we have seen of Riddler, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd pick Brennan Lee Mulligan. I don't know if I'd pick Riddler, dude. Or I don't know if I'd pick him for it. Trying to think of other, like, of previous, like, Riddler voice actors. That might be able to play it well. But I can't really think of one. I mean, I'm always a fan of I'm always a fan of the Arkham Riddler, but I think that Arkham Riddler is I think Arkham Riddler is a little too unhinged for absolute Riddler. Ooh, wait. Okay, hold on. I need to go look up. I need to look up a Riddler, a version of Riddler's voice. I don't remember his voice super well from this series. Hold on, chat. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I was cooking with this idea. I needed to hear the Young Justice Riddler. Because I remember him not being so, like, unhinged. And then I heard it and I hated it. Why did they get Dave Franco? Why did they get Dave Franco to play Riddler in Young Justice? Jack Quaid is not a bad shout. That is actually not a bad shout. I think Jack Quaid could do a good job. But, chat, let me present to you two hot takes. Okay? Let me present to you two hot takes. Alright? Hot take number one for absolute Nigma. Yuri Lowenthal. I think that he could do an extremely good Edward Nigma from the Absolute Universe. And then I think that Yuri Lowenthal could really play into, like, the effects of what made him the Riddler after he becomes the Riddler. I think he could do both really well. I think Jack Quaid is a good shout. But I think one of my hot takes is Yuri Lowenthal. I think Yuri Lowenthal would be a really good Riddler. And I'd love to hear your guys' like takes on it. What do you mean? What do you mean the voice actor for Ozpin voiced Riddler in DC Universe Online? Hold on. What? What? Alright. Sure, man. He also voiced Captain Marvel and John Constantine? That's crazy. I'm now looking at the voice cast for DC Universe Online. I love that there's just like a bunch of people who haven't really. There's a bunch of people who like are not iconic for these roles at all, voicing characters, which is fine. It's totally fine to get different takes. I love that it's just a bunch of like random people for DC Universe Online. And then you have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as Batman and Joker, respectively, which is really funny. And Arlene Sorkin as Harley Quinn. Wow, they blew their budget on getting the Batman the Animated Series voice actors. That's where they blew their budget for voice acting. Nice. Yo, what's up, E.G. Matic? We're talking Absolute Batman Animated Series fan casts. Dan Southworth. What's this guy? Who is this guy? Oh, it's Virgil. It's Virgil. Got it. Why does this guy look familiar? Is this the Quantum Ranger? He's Virtual in the Quantum Ranger. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay. You're telling me Virgil was the... You're telling me Virgil... We could have had Virgil go, like... reaching his fist up and going, quantum power! How about Keanu Reeves as Commissioner Gordon? I don't think I'd like Keanu Reeves as Commissioner Gordon. I think, chat, I think for Riddler, I think I'm going to settle in on Riddler. Actually, I never said my second hot take. Jason Spisak, chat. The guy who voiced Wally West in Young Justice and Silco in Arcane. Harvey Dent, we said, my fan cast for Harvey Dent is Matt Mercer. My fan cast for Absolute Harvey Dent is Matthew Mercer. Chat, my other hot take is Jason Spisak could do a really good Riddler. I think Jason Spisak could do a really good Riddler. Oh! Hold on, chat. Guys, I'm swinging back around to Absolute Joker. Never mind. My fan cast for Absolute Joker is Jason Spisak. Never mind. Jason Spisak is my Absolute Joker fan cast. We're swinging back around for that one. I would say that my Absolute Riddler fan cast is Yuri Lowenthal. I think Yuri Lowenthal is my absolute Riddler fan cast. I think he could do a really good Yuri. I think Yuri Lowenthal could do a very good Absolute Riddler. He's Silco? Yeah, dude. I think he could play Absolute Joker incredibly well. The man does Unhinged and, like, Calm Collected so well. I think Jason Spisak would be an incredible choice. Alright, chat. Next up from the Crime Alley kids, we have Killer Croc. We have Waylon Jones. I think this is the character I've been the least, like, certain about. Zendaya is Absolute Catwoman. I don't know if I'd cast Zendaya as Absolute Catwoman. Like, she's a very good actor. She's a very good voice actor, but I don't know if she fits Absolute Catwoman. I don't know if Zendaya in general fits Catwoman. Dude, Absolute Waylon. The most important, yeah, with what season 1 will probably encompass, which will probably be from the start up until the defeat of Black Mask. So like the just like the first arc of the comic. Waylon, out of all of the Crime Alley kids, is the most important. Like, outside of Bruce. Like, Waylon is the most important outside of Bruce. I'm trying to think, man. Who was my pick for Absolute Batman? My personal preference would be I have two possibilities. My personal like number one pick would be Roger Craig Smith. I think that he could play Absolute Batman extremely well because I think it's just a bit more unhinged version of Arkham Origins Batman. And then if not Roger Craig Smith, Alex Lee. I think both would be incredible Batman. Michael B. Jordan. Ooh, Frosted. Wait, you might be cooking. Frosted might be cooking. Ooh, hold on. Okay. Shamar Moore? Who the fuck is Shamar Moore? He was in Sonic? Who the hell is this man? Oh yeah, I mean Michael B. Jordan in general is a great choice. He's a great actor, great voice actor. And also, like, I'm pretty sure he'd be down because I think he's a comic nerd. I think he likes comics. Oh, he's the fucking fake FBI guy in Sonic. He's the fake FBI guy in Sonic. Oh, he's also done DC stuff. Oh, he was Cyborg in the New 52 movies. Oh, okay. Because of Creed? Okay. If we are going to... If I'm gonna pick one... I mean, besides, like, the boxing thing with, like, between the two characters, I actually just think, in general, Michael B. Jordan... I think Michael B. Jordan could play Absolute Waylon Jones way better. Like, I don't think this person, Shamar Moore, I don't think he would do a bad job, but I think I agree with Michael B. Jordan. I think, especially because, like, again, they're gonna want to get some big name actors. Like, that's gonna happen. They're gonna want big name actors in this, like, animated show. And DC, and if Scott Snyder shows up and is like, I want this actor, DC's gonna do whatever they can to try and make that happen. Because Scott Snyder is gonna get anything he wants because of how well the Absolute Universe and Absolute Batman have been doing for DC. And that's just how it's gonna be, man. Yeah, all right, I'm locking in. My fan cast for Waylon my fan cast for Absolute Waylon Jones, Absolute Killer Croc, is Michael B. Jordan. Now, I think in the second arc, when he's in his massive Croc form, I would love to hear Michael B. Jordan's take on an actual, like, Killer Croc form. But I you know, Steve Bloom is, you know, Steve Bloom for the Killer Croc voice is always iconic. Okay, that leaves us with a few more characters, chat. That leaves us with a few more characters. We have the final Crime Alley kid. We have Selena Kyle. We have the final Crime Alley kid, which is Catwoman. I don't know about Zendaya. I know a lot of people like Zendaya and all, and like I know that was EG's pick. Zoe Saldana. I don't know, man. I don't like. I really like her as Gamora, but I don't know if she could. I don't know about Catwoman. I don't know about Catwoman. I like the voice of Catwoman okay, the Injustice movie was really bad, but I did really like the voice of Catwoman in the Injustice movie. Zoe Kravitz? Yeah, she'd be solid. She'd be solid. She was very good as she was very good as Catwoman in The Batman. She was very good as Catwoman in The Batman, but I really want to I said Roger Craig Smith and he's already played Batman before. But like I really want to try to find new actors. I just think Roger Craig Smith in general is just like he hasn't gotten many chances to play Batman, and I think he would be a really good pick. He's like the one break to the rule right now. But I do like Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. Like that is not a bad casting choice. Laura Bailey. Ooh, I do enjoy Laura Bailey as Catwoman. Laura Bailey's Catwoman is really good. But she has voiced the character before. What? Fugi? I think Zoe Kravitz is up there. Okay, what is Fugi doing? Why is Fugi freaking out? I'm not in a call! Where is it? There it is. Got it. It's gone. Okay, yeah, I think Zoe Kravitz is up there as a choice. I think Laura Bailey's up there as a choice. Didn't like the actress who played Jade in like Victorious, like didn't she voice Catwoman once? There was like an anime Catwoman movie. That's not a bad choice, Atlas. Dude, I mean, the thing is Catwoman's not really a super important character to have, like, a voice for already. Because she doesn't really... You talking about the DC Showcase thing? Yeah, we're talking about fan cast. We're fan casting, like, the absolute Batman animated series right now. Jennifer Hale? Jennifer Hale is really good. Jennifer Hale is really good. Jennifer Hale's not bad. Dude, there's so many good Catwoman choices. Like, if we're looking at previous Catwoman choices, like, you have Grey Delisle, you have Laura Bailey, you have Zoe Kravitz. I really like the Catwoman voice from Batman Hush as well. I really like the Catwoman voice from Batman Hush. Jennifer Hale's not bad. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, Catwoman's difficult. There's a lot of great choices for Catwoman. Catwoman, but the voice of a New Jersey diner waitress. That's funny. Ah, dude. I'm trying to think, man. There's so many good options. I think for me, I think that my pick would be Laura Bailey. I think I would pick Laura Bailey. I think she could play... I think Grey Delisle is a little too sensual in how she plays Catwoman for how absolute Catwoman is. I think Laura Bailey finds that line really well, and I think that is a great way to play absolute Catwoman. Honorable mention, second choice. I had to look up the Injustice movie actress for Catwoman. And Anika Rose. I think she would be a really good Catwoman too. I think Anika Rose would be an extremely good Catwoman as well. So those are my two casts. Those are my two picks for absolute Catwoman. I don't know who I'd pick between the two. If I was to pick one, I think I'd probably lean Laura Bailey, but I really like both as an option for the character. All right, chat. We have 3 characters left. We have 3 characters left to fan cast. 4 if we want to just be like, if we want to be silly little guys and fan cast Harvey Bullock as well. But we have Jim Gordon, Martha Wayne, and Black Mask. Oh, actually, no. We also have Poison. Oh, wait, no. Okay, if we're gonna fan cast the entire series, I guess we have more than just those. I guess we do have more than just those if we're gonna fan cast the entire series, but I'm kind of focusing in on the first season. Okay, I'm kind of focusing in on the first season. Which I guess means we could have skipped Catwoman. So let's just focus in on what the first season will be. So we have Jim Gordon, Martha Wayne, and Black Mask. Oh, and Barbara. There's also Barbara. We have Jim, Barbara, Martha. We have Jim, Barbara, and Martha. Can I give you guys a hot take about who I think would be a really good Jim Gordon? Can I give you guys a hot take? Past Catwoman and Batman as the Waynes? Is that a tradition? Is that a tradition? All right, hold on. I'm looking this up. But I do have a hot take. I'd love to hear chat's takes about Jim Gordon before my takes. But I have some takes. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not really seeing this tradition. I'm not really seeing this tradition. I'm just seeing them typically be voiced by whoever's voicing Bruce. For Thomas. And then Martha. Yeah, I don't really see it, chat. For Waller, played by Adam West and his Catwoman. Oh, okay. All right, chat. If nobody's got their takes about Jim Gordon, I present you guys a choice. I am here to present. Hello, Sharks. I'm here to ask you guys for $200,000 for 25% equity in my take of who should play Jim Gordon in Absolute Batman. And I am here to present to you guys Roger Clark, the man who voiced Arthur Morgan. I'm here to present to you Roger Clark. What? Shark Tank? What are your thoughts? A bit aside, I genuinely think Roger Clark could play an extremely good Jim Gordon. I think Roger Clark could play an extremely good Jim Gordon. I don't think he would I don't think that Roger Clark would do like a southern accent. Like I don't think it would be Arthur Morgan, but I think he could do a proper like accent for Jim Gordon, and I think he would be a really good Jim Gordon. But I'd love to hear what you guys think about Jim Gordon. I mean, personally, my favorite Jim Gordon voice, is Bob Hastings from Batman the Animated Series. But another Batman the Animated Series voice actor is unfortunately passed away. He passed away in 2014. But he is a fantastic Commissioner Gordon. But I think my pick is Roger Clark. I think my pick for Jim Gordon is Roger Clark. And I'm going to lock that in, chat. I think Roger Clark could be a fantastic Jim Gordon. Leads us to Martha. Leads us to Martha Wayne. And it was brought up for Catwoman earlier, but I think Jennifer Hale would do a really good Martha Wayne. I think Jennifer Hale would be a fantastic Martha Wayne. Do I lock her in as like my casting pick? I don't know. I'm trying. You know what? Actually, chat. Second take. I think Allison Stoner would be a good Martha Wayne. I think Allison Stoner would be a really good Martha Wayne, too. I think I'm going to lock in Allison Stoner, chat. I think Allison Stoner would be a fantastic Martha Wayne. But Jennifer Hale is my second choice. I think Jennifer Hale would also be really good. I think Jennifer Hale would also be fantastic. But I think for Martha Wayne, I'm going to say Allison Stoner. Which leaves us with Barbara Gordon and Black Mask. Barbara Gordon is interesting. Barbara Gordon is an interesting one, because she's a very different character in this. She's very different, because, she's, in this one, she's a cop. I don't know who I'd... I don't know who I don't know, dude. Who would I... Absolute Barbara Gordon. She's not like she is. She's not like she is in the comics. Like the main comics. I think Haley Steinfeld would make a really cool Barbara Gordon, but I don't know if she'd make a really good absolute Barbara Gordon. You know what I mean, chat? Like, somebody could make a really good, like, regular Barbara, but not a great absolute Barbara. But Haley Steinfeld, I think, in general... Oh, I don't know. I think she could play a really good... I'm leaning towards Haley Steinfeld. I think she could pull off absolute Barbara Gordon. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock in Haley Steinfeld. I don't really know. That's my like least certain about. I'm gonna say Haley Steinfeld is my fan cast, but like it's my least like certain. I don't really like. I mean, Barbara becomes much more important and like more prominent in the Bane arc, anyway. And starts becoming even more important in the Joker arc. So it's not the most important role to cast, but I'm not sure. But I'm just gonna say Haley Steinfeld. And then Black Mask. The thing about Black Mask is he's so much more unhinged. He's so much more unhinged in this. Honestly, I think this is where I would put... Oh, dude, do I... Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I think this is where I would cast Troy Baker. Because Black Mask is a little more unhinged. Yes. And that's why I would cast Troy Baker in this role instead of as Absolute Joker. Absolute Joker I want to be Jason Spisak. But Absolute Black Mask, I think Troy Baker would be an amazing choice. Because he's already played a kind of unhinged Black Mask when he played the Joker pretending to be the Black Mask. He's kind of like the perfect pick for Black Mask in this. So yeah, Troy Baker is my fan cast for Black Mask. Troy Baker's my fan cast for Black Mask. I think that's a really good choice. All right, chat. That's our fan cast for Absolute Batman Season 1. Yo, wait, guys. For my future's sake, so I don't have to record anything. You guys want to see some... You guys want to be here? You guys want to see some live, like, YouTube, like, setup, essentially? Sure. All right, I got you. I got you guys. I'm going to turn chat off for this. So DC just announced that Absolute Batman is getting an animated series. See, chat, this is why I always script things. This is why I always script things. So DC just announced that Absolute Batman is getting an animated series, so I thought, what better to do with my time than make a fan cast list? So that's what we're doing. DC just made an absolute DC just announced an absolute Batman animated series, so let's go ahead and let's go ahead and figure out what our fan cast for the series is. If you guys like the video, be sure to give it a like, a thumbs up. That's the same thing. If you guys like the video, be sure to give it a like, comment down below, and if you guys are coming back for more DC content, feel free to subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And that's how you do a YouTube intro. Twitch chat. And that's how you do a YouTube intro. There you guys go. That's it. It's over. That's all I needed. Oh, that's image 7, not browser 7. Where's browser 7? Browser 7 is my chat. There you guys go. Alright, chat. I was wanting to play a game today. Can I tell you guys a fucked up thing that happened, by the way? Can I tell you guys something fucked up that's been pissing me off? You guys want to hear something that's pissing me off? So you know how yesterday we were going to play Star Fox, and then today we were going to play more Star Fox, and I made the YouTube stream, the title was, maybe playing Star Fox later, right? So, we're not playing Star Fox today. We're not playing Star Fox tomorrow. We might be playing Star Fox Monday. My copy of Star Fox was supposed to be here on Thursday. Okay? It was supposed to be delivered the same day as my bookshelf. They were both being shipped via FedEx. My bookshelf, they both end up in the same city that's, like, not far from me. My bookshelf ships out from that city Wednesday night, ends up being delivered Thursday. My copy of Star Fox, stuck in that city. Until today, that my tracking for it updated. And now, for some reason, instead of being a city away, it's like 7 states over. So I'm fairly certain that my copy of Star Fox was just had a new copy shipped to me because they lost my copy. So what can you do? Am I right, chat? What can you do? Alright, chat. I think that we're gonna do a little bit of a shorter stream today. I think we'll do a little bit of a shorter stream today. Okay? I think, just to get back into the hang of things. Think they're gonna change anything about the story for Absolute Batman? Absolutely not. Scott Snyder is show running it. They're not gonna change a single thing. They are not gonna change a single thing for Absolute Batman because the creator of Absolute Batman is a creator and writer of Absolute Batman is the showrunner. They're not gonna change anything. Newest Star Fox game, Star Fox in a State of Loss. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what can you do? But yeah, chat, no raid today, but I think we're gonna call stream a little early. About 2 hours earlier than we usually do. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Chat, tomorrow we'll be live again tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna go live early. I say early, but like around my regular time. I might go live about an hour to 2 hours later than I typically do. Because tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST, let me double check that time. Yeah, tomorrow at 4 p.m. EST, chat, we have a big Mecha Chameleon collab. Alright? We're gonna have a big Mecha Chameleon collab tomorrow. It's gonna be me, Kari, Sean, and Naya. From if you guys remember, if you guys watched the first Mecha Chameleon collab, it's gonna be me, Sean, Kari, and Naya from that collab, and then we got some new people coming in and playing with us. We have Miabyte, we have Picoyin, We have Tesh. We have I think Weeby? I don't know a lot of these people super well, chat, but we have a lot of people. Aries is gonna be playing. We have like a lot of people. Dandy Floss. We have a lot of people playing tomorrow. All right, we have a lot of people playing tomorrow. There is 10 people in this collab, so it's gonna be a 10-person lobby tomorrow. That is happening at 4 p.m. EST. So I might go live at like 3 p.m. EST, and hang out with you guys for an hour before the collab. But that is the plan for tomorrow, chat. And then, Monday we'll try and play Star Fox. I'll have a schedule out for next week. But I'm back, chat. We're back to our regularly scheduled, streams. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, 1 p.m. EST, all that good stuff. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say, chat. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. No raids, scatter about to where you wish to go. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably be hanging out in the Discord, like just vibing if you guys want to yap about Absolute Batman more. But yeah, I will see you guys later. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye.